Thank you for joining me on this branch line adventure from Sudbury down to Markstay. We will be stopping off at Chapel Wakes Combe station, which is part of the East Anglian Railway Museum, and if we get time we're going to shoot down and have a look at the viaduct. So let's go and get on board. Right, so let's get on, and next stop will be Chapel and Wakes Combe Railway Station, which is part of the East Anglian Railway Museum. Got a nice clean train today for this one. 755, brought to you from Sudbury.
The next stop will be Chapel and Wakes Combe.
So as I arrive here at Chapel and Wakes Combe, I notice this very unusual sign. It's part of the East Anglian Railway Museum, and there was a familiar sign, if you remember, when we visited Hanwell quite a few months ago now. So it's nice to see that some of these stations are keeping their original signage. So as I enter onto the platform at Chapel Wakes Combe, I notice that I find this very unusual class of train. Now, I'm very new to railway blogging, so if you would kindly leave in the comments what type of class of train this is. It's very nicely preserved, it's well looked after, it's nice to see the old British Railway signs on them, and you know, it's nice to see old trains sometimes when you're not very familiar with this type of train. But I kind of remember these, but I don't actually know what sort of class of train they are. So on the back there was Stoke-on-Trent on the destination board, and on this end is Shenfield. So the actual museum itself is currently closed due to the fact that we are still in a pandemic, but I just wanted to show you how quaint it looked. There's an old way out sign, and as we wander up here you've got a lady waiting room sign, and you've got a couple of these LNER boards as well on the platform as well, and you've got the old design of station sign, which you very rarely see in many places. So at the very end here of Chapel and Wakes Combe platform, here we have some old wagons, freight wagons, and we've got some more freight wagons over there. And in the middle here we happen to have some older carriages that may well be in the process of being renovated, and it's nice to know that a museum like this is renovating some of the old rolling stock, because it means that it is bringing it back to life, giving it a second life, as you might as well say. And it's really nice to see these get renovated and back up and running. So the Chapel and Wakes Combe Viaduct, which happens to be the longest viaduct on the Great Eastern Main Line, was constructed in 1847 and fully constructed and fully built by 1849. It is, like I said, the longest viaduct on the Great Eastern Main Line. It's an absolute amazing piece of architecture, and I couldn't agree more than to get some fantastic views from actually down here, from instead of being up there on the railway line. You see a lot more down here than you do on the railway line. So the viaduct itself is made up of 32 30-foot semicircular spans, and this is how big it is. It is absolutely massive. A total of 7 million bricks were needed to construct the Chapel and Wakes Combe viaduct. So the 7 million bricks that were required to build the Chapel and Wakes Combe viaduct here on the Great Eastern Main Line, all the clay come from the station just down the line at Bewers. It was constructed by a guy called Peter Brough between 1847 and 1849. So the Chapel and Wakes Combe viaduct happened to be 320 metres long. So I hope that you have thoroughly enjoyed my little tour of Chapel and Wakes Combe railway station, part of the East Anglian Railway Museum, and I hope you've enjoyed the views and the information about the Chapel Viaduct as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell, and that a subscription to the channel will be obviously kindly appreciated. Until next time, everybody, take care of your friends and family and start to enjoy summer safely. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.